MOTD. Hello everybody, what's going on? Joe the Bull here, back with episode 4 of Bukkit Coding Basics. We're starting at basics, but we'll get into some more stuff. So what we're going to be doing today is a simple event, and you can do tons of events. I may have to go back and forth checking one thing, but because I haven't memorized the code yet for one of it, but we're just going to go ahead and make a new Java project, and I'm just going to go ahead and call this MOTD. And what this is going to do is when a player joins the game, we are going to send them a message that says welcome to the server, and eventually we'll be adding a configuration and stuff like that just to for other videos. So let's go ahead and make a new class and call this main. Actually I can actually call it just MOTD. I'll just call it main, just like that. Okay, so we have to make it extends Java plugin. Java plugin, and we also have to there. We also have to make it implements listener. And I'll just explain this in a sec, but first what we have to do, just like we normally do, is go to our Java build path, add external jars, and go to our Bukkit latest version, which you can always download from the description. And now let's go ahead and import Java plugin and import listener. So this is where I'm going to have to go check something, just because I haven't completely memorized the code. So I'm going to go public void on enable, just like we did in the other two. Public void on enable, and now I'm just gonna take a string of code real quick and be right back. Okay, I apologize about that, and we are back, and there I will paste the line and just explain this. Let me import Bukkit. So we're gonna get the server, we're gonna get the plugin manager, so the thing that runs this whole plugin, and we're gonna register the events, which this means now that we are gonna add some events. So instead of commands, we'll be using that if something happens, something else will happen. So not only does it extend Java plugin like we did before, it's also going to implement listener. So this will work as an event listener, and it will listen to our events and let them operate. So we can also, just like we normally do, get logger.info, and then we can go ahead and write enabled. Enabled, just like that. Just like in our last one. And now we have that all set up, and we don't really need on disable because this is just a listener. We can go ahead and make our first event. So how you start an event, you do at event handler, and what this will do, it'll tell the code that an event will show up, and this will override it so that it automatically listens to the event. So on the next line of code, we have to write public void. Now we have to name the event, so you can really call it anything. I'm going to call it on player join. So I could really call it like on player join or on join. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to call it on player join. This is just naming it. Then we go player, and you have all these options for events, but for this one we're going to use player join event E, and that's what we're naming it. So it's player join event is called E. We go into our code, and we can go ahead and import event handler after this. And now we say our player that's joining, we're going to call him player just like we did in the other one, and he equals our event.getPlayer. So he equals the player that's joining, that's doing the event. So now I'm just going to import player, and we can go down and make our next thing. So if player dot has permission MOTD dot receive. So if they have the permission to receive the message, just like that. If the player has the permission, then when they join, we'll player dot send message that says chat color dot light purple plus welcome to the server. So eventually this will be a configuration message, but we're just gonna start it with that because that is pretty simple, and now we'll just need to finish that line off like that. So that is pretty easy. You don't really need anything else for this plugin. If you're confused about this, when it says this and this, so we're registering our events for this, or this whole class. For this plugin, this whole Java plugin, and we are registering it from this class. So it's this Java plugin in this class. So now we're going to go ahead and refresh. Oh no, sorry, we have to right click it and make our new file. And now I'm just going to go into here and do our extra things, default plugin.yml, just steal that. Okay, and we can plugin.yml and paste that in there. Okay, so our name, MOTD, version 1.0, main. Our main is me.joe.motd. Oh, dot main, can't forget that, capital M. Author, Joe. Description, adds player join message, just like that. And our command for this is just going to, we actually have no commands. We can just go ahead and delete that whole area. So now we can go ahead and refresh everything, just like we would normally do for another plugin, and go ahead and export it as a jar file. And we're just going to browse, and instead of hospital, let's call this just MOTD and save it in our test server. So now let's finish that. And now we can start up Minecraft, go into our test server, should be in here, and run the server. So now that this is run, we just give it a second to load up. And I'm also just going to give my Minecraft a second to load up, and hopefully this has worked. But as you can see here, after it loads, it will tell us if it actually loaded correctly, and then we will get the information if once we join, if the plugin actually works. So just give it a second. As you can see, it says MOTD enabled, so hopefully that works. Oh, hi spider. That was scary. Game mode 1. Okay, so I'm just gonna fly up here. There we go. Okay. So now that we're up here, I can make Vig, and I am just gonna test our plugin. It says welcome to the server as soon as we join. So as you can see, it registered our event. I completely forgot, so I'll do it again. I forgot what our event is. I apologize. So now, if we join the server, we get a message that says welcome to the server, just because that is the event. And yeah, so that is pretty simple. If you're looking for the code, don't forget it will always be in the description, so you can check that out if you need to. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and yeah, we'll see you all next time. That was a pretty short episode, because that was some